Okay, so um, I was in a mood to make a video. So here I am making a video for today. Um, had to work today, of course. So thank God I only had to work one job though. Um, After I got off, my best friend is in town. Well, one of my really good friends is in town um, from school. Well, she's not from school, but she just left to go to the military not too long ago. So she's going through her schooling and stuff now. She's out of basic and she's going through her schooling. So she got a 4 day weekend. So she is here to visit. She's not here right now. She's at her cousin's house, but we've been hanging out since she got here, which was a couple of hours ago, and went and got my nails done, and also got some new ink. And the heart, you guys already know, the heart has been there for some time now. So, actually, since last summer, this was the last tattoo that I got, and I got it with this girl that I used to talk to. But of course, anyway, but yeah, and if you cannot read it, it says free spirit. Hold on, free spirit. And basically, a lot of people that get tattoos, of course, get tattoos because either somebody's passed away, or they're going through something, so they just need to feel that rush, that pain, or they they've just been inspired to get something. Well, the today was just a day where I was like, hey, let's go get a tattoo. And she was like, okay, cool, let's go. So we went, and at first I was going to get my screen name. Well, I was gonna get glamorous. And then I was like, well, you know what? You know, I'm not really as glamorous as some of these high price hoes out here. So I was like, maybe I should save that for somebody else. Then I was like, well, I'm going to get love. And I was going to get love right there. But then Kira was like, well, you already got a heart there, blah, blah, and all this other stuff. So I was like, you know what? You're right. I don't need to get that, again. So I just was like, well, what should I get? So while she was trying to figure out what, well, getting her tattoo priced, that she's going to be getting in August, but she's going to be finishing a piece that she has on her side. Um, I was talking to the girl who works there, and she was like, well, what are you going to get? And I was like, I'm kind of torn right now. I don't really know what I want to get. And she was like, well, where are you getting it? And I was like, well, I want to get it right here. So she goes, okay, so you want something cute, but you also want something that defines you. And I was like, yeah, you're right. And she was like, okay, so without thinking, she said, what is one word that when you think of yourself would describe you? She was like, don't think about it. Because for a second, I thought about it. And she was like, no. She was like, I'm going to tell you again. What is one word that you can think of? And I'm like, well, it's not one word, it's two words. And she was like, no, scratch all of that. She was like, what word would you use to describe yourself? So I was like, I'm a free spirit. And a friend of mine from my freshman year in college, she actually was my sweet mate. She was one of my sweet mates. Um, she always used to say, E, because nobody calls me by my actual government name. They all just call me E. So she was like, E, she was like, of all my friends, she was like, you're the only one that I cannot use, just one particular, like, she was like, you're all over the place. She was like, you're high, you're low. She was like, you're crazy, you're spontaneous. She was like, you do what the fuck you feel, and you say what the fuck you feel. She was like, and I love that about you because you're so free spirited. So it kind of took me back to the conversation that me and her had, and me and her are still really good friends. So it took me back to that conversation, and I was like, yeah, I was like, I think that's what I'm gonna get. So that's what I ended up getting. Initially, the font was for you geeks out here. I know I'm a font geek. I was going to get, I think it's called Coppin or Copen. I'm not exactly sure. But that's the name of the font that I was going to get originally. And when he first put it on my hand, it was it was big, like it was big, and I was like, I don't want it that big. I said, technically, I'm not even supposed to be getting this. And I said, and I work in retail, so I would still need to be able to like cover it up and stuff like that. And he was like, well, yeah, I feel you, I feel you. He was like, and I don't want to get you in trouble. He was like, well, how about this? I'm gonna rework it. I'm gonna get a different font that still looks really nice, and we're gonna make it work. And I was like, all right, cool. So, sorry, people are tweeting me, and I got text messages and stuff. So, oh God, my little sister tweeted me. She said I'm salty. I'm still waiting on her to get to come to Greensboro so I can take her to get a tattoo. And I keep telling her she need to come on. She keep playing. So, but anyway, um, yeah. So he ended up working it out, and it came out really good. So I was really pleased with it. So yeah, I'm excited. The P on it, like the tail on the P, is really thick. But he was saying that that's because it's swollen right now. And he said that it won't be as thick when it goes down. Honestly, I can care less because it looks fine to me. I'm not complaining about it at all. And he was in there messing with me because he was like, oh, somebody's feeling like a free Sprite. He was like, somebody wants to be a free Sprite. And I'm looking down, I'm like, oh my God, no. Because anybody who knows me knows that the karma that's on my arm, the downstroke on the M is not deep enough. Like it should be another stroke and then the small stroke, and it's messed up. So now when I get my sleeve, I have to get my sleeve from here up, which I'm not really looking forward to because I don't want to get a tribal band just to cover it because that's just so ordinary. You know, disrespect the people who get tribal bands, but that's not what I want. So I just, I was like, oh my God, please, no more spelling errors. I want everything to be the same size. And so he starts laughing at me, and it's another tattoo artist in there who was on the internet playing some kind of game. And he was like, yeah, dude, she was about to kick your ass. And I was like, hell yeah, I was about to kick his ass because the ink is permanent. So, my advice to anybody who's never gotten a tattoo before, please, 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 I beg you, even though it's not my body, and honestly, you know, everybody else is probably like, yo, she should give two fucks less because it ain't her skin. But from one person who has multiple tattoos, as you can tell, I do have a lot. I do have a lot. I've got some other ones that I'm not going to show right now, but um, from a person who loves getting tattoos, who loves the arts, please, please don't. Every tattoo has a meaning, and anything that you feel um, is important to you, like that's what you need to go with. Like, don't just get, oh, I'm just gonna get, you know, rainbows because I'm gay and, you know, whatever, whatever. Like, get it because that's what you feel strongly about. Like, don't just get a rainbow. Like, have some kind of creative thinking behind it instead of saying, oh, I just got this tattoo because I'm gay. Like, that's lame as fuck. And I'm gonna clown your ass. I don't care if I know you or not. I'm gonna clown you. So, like, please, when you get these tattoos, ladies and gentlemen, think about that shit first. Like, you know, don't just, please just think about it because tattoos are permanent. And yeah, you can go and you can pay all this money to get them laser removed or whatever the fuck they're doing. But first of all, that's painful. Second of all, that's time off of work that you gotta take off to get the shit done. And third of all, that's just not, that's money. And the fact that you're taking off of work, that means you're losing money. And you're losing even more money because you got to shell out this money to get your tattoo removed. So I'm just saying, like, just think about it before you seriously think about it. All my tattoos have meaning. Um, With the exception of my Hello Kitty. Yeah, I have a Hello Kitty tattoo, and I love Hello Kitty, and that's why I have it. There's no, deep hidden, secretive meaning as to why I have it. I just happen to like Hello Kitty. So, and as you guys can tell, yes, I love her. I love her. So, that's why I got her. But that was my day pretty much. Tonight we're supposed to be going out. My sister and excuse me, my sister and her girlfriend, and then of course my friend, and we're supposed to go to do hookah. We do have some drinks, some cocktails, as my mother likes to call them, and that's what we're gonna do. Pretty much just hang out tonight, and shit. So, um, anybody who's out celebrating the 4th of July this weekend, please be safe. There's a lot of crazy, deranged people in the world. So, take care of yourself, and you guys have a good night. Bye.